Have you ever bumped into someone from your past? Someone who significantly impacted your life? Imagine this. A young man runs into an elderly man. He cannot believe his eyes. The older man, with lines etched from years of wisdom and experience, is his former teacher. A flood of memories washes over the young man as he approaches, his heart filled with gratitude. "Hello, sir. Do you remember me?" he asks, a hopeful glint in his eyes. The elderly man looks at him, a question mark forming in his eyes. "I'm sorry, I don't," he replies, his voice soft with age. The young man isn't disheartened. "I was your student," he reveals, "and because of you, I became a teacher." The elderly man's face lights up with joy. He was always proud when a student chose to walk in his footsteps. "Ah, how good, like me?" he asks, intrigued. The elderly man, intrigued, asks when exactly the young man decided to become a teacher. The young man starts to narrate a story from their past, a story about a stolen watch. In his youth, he had been captivated by a gleaming new watch that one of his classmates had brought to school. The allure was too strong to resist, and he succumbed to the temptation, slipping the watch from his friend's pocket when he wasn't looking. But the friend soon noticed his watch was missing and cried foul. The teacher, our elderly man in this tale, took it upon himself to find the stolen item. He had a unique approach though. Instead of pointing fingers or encouraging accusations, he asked everyone in the class to stand up and form a circle. He then made an unusual request. All eyes must remain closed while he conducted his search. He would only proceed if everyone agreed to these terms, ensuring a sense of fairness and respect was maintained. The young man complied, along with his classmates, their eyes shut tight. The teacher methodically went around the circle, his hands gently patting down pockets. When he reached the young man, he found the stolen watch. But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. The teacher didn't stop his search there. He continued on, patting down every student's pocket as promised, preserving the dignity of the young man who had stolen the watch. Upon completing his search, the teacher declared, "Open your eyes, we have the watch." But he never revealed the identity of the thief. He didn't scold or reprimand, didn't single out the young man for a moral lesson. The young man was left with his guilt and shame, but also with a profound sense of gratitude. He understood the lesson the teacher had silently conveyed that day, that humiliation was not a tool for correction. That day, the young man says, was when he decided not to become a thief, and instead aspire to become an educator. The young man, now a teacher himself, asks the elderly man if he remembers that incident. The elderly man casts his mind back, recalling the day of the stolen watch, the lined-up students, the closed eyes. But he does not remember the young man specifically. "I had also closed my eyes while searching," he says. "This was not a moment of punishment, but a lesson taught through action and consequence, not humiliation." The young man reflects on this, his voice heavy with gratitude and respect. "You showed me that day what it truly means to be an educator. You didn't just teach subjects, you taught values. You didn't just instruct, you inspired." And with a quiet resolve, he delivers his final thought. "If to correct, you must humiliate. You don't know how to teach." A profound statement that underlines the essence of teaching, of influencing lives, and of shaping futures without causing harm or humiliation.